Paramecia. Paramecia are the most common and diverse type of devil fruits. This type of fruit grants the user one of many different abilities, turning them into superhumans, or allowing them to perform extraordinary feats. These abilities can range from the simplest to the most devastating powers. Paramecia can be divided into three main categories. Bodily alteration. The first category is bodily alteration, where the devil fruit alters the user's body in a very specific way. We've seen many examples of this throughout the story, such as someone who becomes a blade human, capable of transforming any part of their body into a sword. Another example is someone who can transform parts of their body into ultra-hard diamond, strong enough to block attacks from the world's greatest swordsmen. A very cool example is Baby 5, who can transform any part of her body into any weapon she imagines, thanks to the Buki Buki no Mi, a Paramecia-type devil fruit. There are no limits to the weapons she can create, as she's been seen turning parts of her body into swords, rifles, pistols, scythes, and much more. Alternatively, the user may be able to change a property of their body. For example, the Suke Suke no Mi lets the user turn invisible, and the Hira Hira no Mi allows the user to make their body ripple like a flag. The Yomi Yomi no Mi is a unique fruit that lets the user's soul return to life after death and reanimate their body, with most of their energy and life force staying in their soul after resurrection. Some Paramecia users can also change their bodies by interacting with the environment. For instance, the Baku Baku no Mi user can take on the properties of anything they eat, and the Jake Jake no Mi allows the user to be worn by someone else, combining the strengths of both people. Environmental manipulation. Instead of altering the user's body, these devil fruits allow the user to affect their surroundings. An example of this is Admiral Fujitora, who ate the Zushi Zushi no Mi, granting him the ability to create and control gravitational forces. With this power, Fujitora can pin people to the ground or even pull meteors from space. A user who can manipulate their environment may gain special control over certain objects that normal people can't interact with. For example, the Kage Kage no Mi user can grab and cut people's shadows with scissors, and the Buku Buku no Mi user can do magical things with books, like making them float, putting objects inside them, or using their content to create illusions. Alternatively, the user might change their body parts to achieve certain effects, like the Horu Horu no Mi user turning their fingers into needles to inject hormones into someone, or the Choki Choki no Mi user turning their arms into scissors to cut things and give them the properties of paper. Substance creation. Substance creation gives the user the ability to produce a specific substance, allowing them to generate an almost unlimited amount of it and shape it as they wish. However, users of these fruits cannot turn their own bodies into the respective substance. Substances created by Paramecia users are often refined or artificial, like wax, strings, or poison. Some interesting examples include Charlotte Cracker, who ate the Bisu Bisu no Mi and can create and control biscuits at will, and Kinnaman, who ate the Fuku Fuku no Mi and can create clothing and outfits from leaves or rocks simply by imagining them. Some substance-generating fruits are different from others because they create unnatural substances with unique effects on the environment. For example, the Bari Bari no Mi can create barriers that are impossible to break, and the Hoya Hoya no Mi summons a genie to fight for the user. The Horo Horo no Mi lets the user create ghosts with various effects, such as allowing them to see through the ghost's eyes and causing negative emotions in people the ghosts pass through. Additionally, some fruits make real substances with strange and sometimes supernatural properties. These substances can include bubbles that weaken anyone they affect, straw that can protect others from damage, flammable mucus, sticky butter instead of slippery butter, cream that can burn skin, and dango that can tame animals. Special Paramecia. However, there is one devil fruit that the creator officially classified as a completely new type. This is the Mochi Mochi no Mi. It was initially intended to be a Logia-type fruit, but was later reclassified as a new subtype called Special Paramecia. This fruit allows the user not only to create and control mochi, but also to transform their body into it, making it very similar to Logia-type devil fruits. The key difference is that the Mochi Mochi no Mi is based on an artificial substance, while Logia fruits are always based on natural elements. Zoan. These types of devil fruits are the easiest to understand because they simply allow the user to transform from their human form into a specific animal, depending on the fruit. This transformation grants them the powers and abilities of that animal, far beyond what an ordinary person could achieve. Typically, a Zoan ability allows the user to access 3 transformation forms they can switch between at will. Human form, the user's natural form, if they are human, before eating the devil fruit. Human beast form, a hybrid form that combines physical traits of both the user's original species and the animal granted by the devil fruit. This form can appear quite strange and sometimes quirky, with the user often becoming much larger than normal. Beast form, the form where the user completely transforms into the animal granted by the devil fruit. In the half-human, half-beast hybrid form, users grow larger than usual and can even reach gigantic sizes. Some full beast forms are also bigger than their real-world animal counterparts. For example, Keku ate the giraffe devil fruit, which allows him to transform into a giraffe and use his long neck to fight. In this form, he becomes significantly larger than his human form, even towering over those of normal size. Most Zoan devil fruits only provide 3 basic forms. However, through training or the use of certain medicines, Zoan users can unlock additional transformations. For example, Chopper can transform into multiple points thanks to the use of rumble balls. Later, Chopper trained himself to access most of his points without needing rumble balls. Similarly, Marco can transform specific parts of his body, and Kaido can modify both his beast form and human beast form using Shuron Hake. Ancient Zoan. Ancient Zoan is a subclass of Zoan, much rarer than regular Zoan. These devil fruits allow the user to transform into ancient or prehistoric animals that no longer exist in today's ecosystem, such as mammoths or saber-toothed cats. Just like regular Zoan, users of ancient Zoan devil fruits can transform into both a hybrid form and a full animal form. Some ancient Zoan fruits may grant very abnormal physical abilities that supposedly the ancient animals in question were naturally endowed with. In addition to a major physical power boost, ancient Zoan transformations can give the user body traits not seen in modern animals, which can be useful in fights. For example, the Pachycephalosaurus Zoan grants an incredibly tough and thick skull plate. The Mammoth Zoan provides a strong trunk and massive tusks, bigger than those of a regular elephant, and the saber-toothed Tiger Zoan gives the user long fangs that modern big cats don't have. Dinosaur Zoans, in particular, are known for giving the user amazing durability when transformed, thanks to their tough skin or scales. For example, Sasaki is able to rotate his Triceratops neck frill like a propeller to simulate flight. Queen can become a pseudo-snake of sorts by detaching his Brachiosaurus neck and tail from his torso. King, by pulling back on and then letting go of his head crest, can shoot out his Pteranodon head with incredible force like a slingshot. Mythical Zoan. Mythical Zoan is a subclass of Zoan that allows the user to transform into creatures from myths and legends. Some consider Mythical Zoan to be the strongest type of devil fruit. These fruits exhibit some of the most diverse traits among devil fruits. In addition to transformations, most mythical Zoan fruits also grant mythical abilities. Examples include the ability to emit shockwaves from the Daibutsu Zoan fruit, healing with blue flames from the Phoenix Zoan fruit, and transforming into other people with the Nine-tailed Fox Zoan fruit. Some mythical Zoan users have shown they can use their special abilities without needing to transform. Notably, Luffy's Hito Hito no Mi model. Nika turns the user's body into a permanently rubber-like state. Lastly, a mythical zone fruit can grant more than one special ability. For example, Kaido can create and control various elements, fire, lightning, and wind, in his Azure Dragon form, as well as generate flame clouds to fly and make other objects float. Logia. Logia is one of the 3 types of devil fruits and is considered the rarest, aside from mythical zone, and the most powerful. Logia users can transform their bodies into a specific natural element and create an almost unlimited amount of that element to control as they wish. This ability to transform their bodies into the element distinguishes Logia from other devil fruits, particularly Paramecia, which can only produce substances but not turn the user's body into them, except for Mochi. All Logia powers in the series are related to raw, natural elements. A body transformed by Logia powers is immune to most attacks. If hit and deformed, it will automatically regenerate without any damage. This applies to blunt force, cuts, and even severed limbs or decapitations. Some Logia fruits also have specific weaknesses, reflecting the natural vulnerabilities of the elements they represent. For example, liquids like water can neutralize sand, as shown when Luffy fought Sir Crocodile. Similarly, insulating materials like rubber can counter electricity, allowing Luffy to be immune to Enel's lightning attacks. Logia devil fruits are considered the strongest of the 3 basic devil fruit types because they allow users to create an almost unlimited amount of a specific element, giving them control over natural forces. Most Logia users possess devastating offensive and destructive powers, similar to a concentrated natural disaster. For example, the user of the Hai no Mi can freeze others instantly. The user of the Yuki no Mi can cause hypothermia by surrounding others with snow. Those trapped in a swamp created by the Numa no Mi are stuck with no way out. At Punk Hazard, a 10-day battle between Sakazuki, the user of the Magu no Mi, and Kuzan, the user of the Hiei no Mi, resulted in one half of the island becoming a fiery, burning wasteland, while the other half turned into a freezing, snowy tundra. Crocodile was able to use the Suna no Mi to create massive sandstorms in the desert kingdom of Arabasta, and Kuzan could travel across the ocean by freezing it under his feet. In terms of defense, the shapeshifting ability of Logia users makes them extremely difficult, if not impossible, to harm when they transform. For example, in Skypiea, Enel was able to toy with Kamakiri for 5 minutes simply by sitting still and transforming, making the warrior's repeated attacks completely useless. However, despite the terrifying power of Logia users, they are not invincible. They can be countered by armament haki. When an object infused with haki makes contact with a transformed body, the affected part of the body reverts to solid form. As a result, a Logia user attacked with haki while in their transformed state will take damage as if they hadn't transformed at all. Artificial devil fruits. Artificial devil fruits are fruits created by humans, designed to give the user special powers similar to those of natural devil fruits. The creation of artificial devil fruits has been attempted by 2 scientists who once worked at the Mandy S Research Institute, Vegapunk and Caesar Clown. Zoan-type devil fruits are the only ones that can be artificially produced. Vegapunk believes that any fruit of the Zoan category, including mythical zones, can be recreated with a large investment of money and time. Momonosuke ate an artificial devil fruit of the mythical Zoan type, called the Uo no Mi model, Seiryu. This fruit was created by Vegapunk from Kaido's genetic material. Momonosuke can replicate some of the powers that Kaido's dragon form grants, such as the ability to create flame clouds that can be used like stepping stones, giving the appearance of flight. Smile. Smile are artificial Zoan devil fruits created by Caesar Clown. They are produced by spraying natural fruits with a special substance called SAD. However, instead of allowing the user to transform into animals or animal-human hybrids, those who consume a smile fruit will have 1 or more animal body parts, or even an animal with sentience, grow from their body. These animal traits are almost always permanent, although some, like Sarahebi, have the ability to transform in certain ways. Out of all the smiles created, only 10% are successful in granting the user zone abilities. The remaining 90% are failures, and consuming them results in the user gaining no powers but losing the ability to swim, along with losing the ability to express any emotion other than happiness. Artificial devil fruits are different from regular devil fruits in that some people who eat them seem to be stuck in a hybrid form, unable to fully change into either a human or a beast. Another unique feature of artificial devil fruits is that they can give users a sentient version of their animal, like Holedum's lion head, Kamijiro, which is in his stomach, or Babanuki's elephant head, also in his stomach. These creatures are shown to have their own minds, even arguing with their users at times, as seen when Kamijiro attacked Holedum in frustration. Interestingly, even though these creatures have separate minds, they share the same body and feel the same physical pain, as Kamijiro reacted to pain right after Holedum did. Additionally, it's shown that Smile users are vulnerable to Tama's devil fruit ability. In addition to his exploits with artificial zone-type devil fruits, Vegapunk was able to surpass Caesar's efforts even further and replicate Paramecia-type powers in the Seraphim. He was able to do this through a substance known as green blood, which is synthesized with the lineage factor of a devil fruit user to reproduce their power in another individual. The substance here is both the base medium and a substitute for blood in the Seraphim, catalyzed by the lineage factor of the devil fruit user they have to emulate. While this is not exactly an artificial devil fruit in the conventional sense, the end result is virtually the same. Having green blood inside their veins renders the Seraphim unable to swim and exhibit weakness in the face of items or materials that contain the sea's energy, as in the case of sea stone. By the time of the Egghead Island arc, Vegapunk was able to infuse 4 Paramecia-type powers into his Seraphim. These included Daz Bonaz's Supa no Mi, which is used by S-Hawk, the clone of Draculae Mihawk, Senor Pink's Sui no Mi, used by S-Shark, who is Jinbei's clone, Boa Hancock's Mero no Mai, used by her clone S-Snake, and Bartholomew Kuma's Nekyu no Mi, in his clone S-Bear. When looking at how far Vegapunk has come in this quest, it will be no surprise if he actually manages to mimic Logia Devil fruit powers as well towards the end of the story, turning the global balance of power in One Piece completely on its head. Awakening. The power of a devil fruit can, in rare cases, reach a state known as awakening, which greatly enhances the user's abilities. Awakening occurs when the user's mind and body catch up to the power of the devil fruit. When a devil fruit awakens, the enhanced abilities allow the user to have greater strength, more precise control, and even new abilities that were previously unattainable. The effects of the awakening state depend on the type of devil fruit. An awakened Paramecia devil fruit allows the user to spread their power beyond their body and transform or alter the nature of the surrounding environment to match the essence of their devil fruit power. They can also control the transformed material in any way they wish. The main difference between the awakened state and the original state of a Paramecia power when the devil fruit is first eaten, like the Hira no Mi, is that awakening allows the user to change the environment from a distance and control it just by thinking. In contrast, non-awakened Paramecia powers require the user to touch the object they want to transform and usually need physical movement to control them. For example, after Doflamingo reached the awakened state of the Ito no Mi, he could extend his string creation ability, transforming the ground and buildings into huge amounts of string that he could control without needing to touch them. Similarly, Katakuri, with his awakened Mochi no Mi, influenced the environment during his battle with Luffy, making the walls in the mirror world behave like mochi and even become something edible. For Zoan-type powers, the awakened state provides superior strength, speed, and durability compared to non-awakened Zoan abilities. These abilities also include faster recovery time and the ability to function automatically, even when the user is unconscious. Zoan awakenings, come with a significant risk, as the animal instincts of the Zoan can take over the user's personality, turning them into mindless man-beast hybrids. A clear example of this is the jailer beasts in Impel Down, who show no signs of complex thought and act purely on instinct and power. They always appear in a form that is more beastly, though with some human features. However, not all Zoan users lose themselves when they awaken. For some, like Rob Lucci and Kaku, awakening leads to a new, powerful transformation known as awakened form, which has a divine look and is marked by a sash of black, flaming smoke. This kind of successful awakening is rare. The effects of awakening on mythical zones are unclear. For example, with Luffy and the Hito no Mi model Nika, Luffy gains the ability to freely change the shape and size of their rubber body. Additionally, they can extend their rubbery powers to nearby non-living objects, much like how certain awakened Paramecia powers can alter the environment.